Pokemon Draft League, a format where you compete against a certain amount of competitors as you choose a specific set of Pokemon with a predetermined amount of points. These Pokemon will be used for a set amount of weeks as you compete against these people. The kicker here is that both you and your opponent know each other's team. So it all comes down to one deciding question: who counterteams better? To anybody that hasn't been following my channel, I've been playing Pokemon Draft League for about 6 years now. Kinda my bread and butter. Stopped for a bit because Game Freak suddenly forgot game design. But after 2 years, the 60-minute timer has finally returned and the Bullet Punch Club is back. I'm competing in a Wi-Fi draft league known as the PPL, shortly known as the Pokemon Premier League. And I will be filling in for another coach named Under the Radar, which will make me start at a 1-2 record. As he already drafted a team, I unfortunately cannot make any changes until this week passes. So who's my first opponent? Drewby and the New York Marauders. He is currently 2-1 right now with a very terrifying Sun team. So let's take a look at what I brought. First, we got Sneasler. With an insane base 120 speed, it can outspeed and revenge kill his entire team, except for Regieleki, Walking Wake, and Scoville, two of which need the weather to be sunny. After doing some mocks, I realized that running Fake Out always invites in Clodsire, and I wasn't getting substantial leverage out of any items, so I decided to make it itemless with Acrobatics, U-Turn, Close Combat, and Dire Claw with Poison Touch. Once the Clodsire goes down, there is not a single Pokemon that wants to switch in on it, and anything that it doesn't kill, I can just U-Turn on and get that Poison Touch. Which ties in to the next Pokemon, Iron Treads. Everything that Sneasler struggles against, Iron Treads can take down. With the exception of defensive Slitherwing, there is not a single Pokemon that can safely switch in to its steel and ground coverage. So I decided to run max attack, max speed with Iron Head, Earthquake, Rapid Spin, and Stealth Rock with the Shuka Berry to better take on the Clodsire, instead of being put in a situation where I have to exchange Stealth Rocks and take too much damage from Earthquake, losing it very early on in the game. From here, it's clear that I need a defensive backbone and a switch into Walking Wake. Thankfully, I got a Vaporeon. Due to how big of a threat Walking Wake is, I'm unfortunately forced to run a full comp set with a near max special defense and leftovers, which will allow me to get a free Wish Off and restore its health afterwards, with Water Absorb granting me immunity to Hydro Steam. Its utility is arguably undeniable because even though water type attacks lose power in the sun, it can still put a decent dent on Torkoal, and with Ice Beam, I'm guaranteed to break Walking Wake's substitute. Of course, this doesn't mean it's my only Walking Wake answer. Enter Enamorous Therian. You see, Specs Walking Wake is indeed a very huge problem, doing over half to Vaporeon with Draco Meteor. But with these two Pokemon side by side, Drew will constantly get put in a 50-50, to Hydro Steam or to Draco Meteor. With heavy duty boots, which grant me an immunity to Stealth Rocks and less pressure on Iron Treads to spin. A max Fizz Def set with Calm Mind, Draining Kiss, Earth Power, and Taunt. Originally, this did have Mystical Fire for Klefki, but with how much pressure Clodsire puts on this team, I find Taunt to be much better here. It also helps that if Claude doesn't bring poison type attacks and Toxic instead, I can just set up on this thing and end the game on the spot, no questions asked. Of course, this still does not solve our Cinderace problem. Enter Cerulege. With Flash Fire, I'm granted an immunity to Ace's Pyro Ball and most of its coverage. Sure, it can go for a Sucker Punch, but for that, I can just set up a substitute. Secondly, my good friend Addison told me that Drew brings the same 4 moves on Torkoal every single week, so she recommended Disable to me, meaning that once I cancel out his Earth Power, there is not a single move that he can touch me with. Which of course will bait out the Walking Wake, for which I can just click Dragon Claw then and there and do over half damage to it. It's a really cool set and I do expect it to put in a lot of work here, with the final move being Bitter Blade because stab and recovery. I've invested enough speed to outspeed max attack Adamant Honchkrow and divided the rest into HP, attack, as well as special defense to ensure that Torkoal's Earth Power does not do 40% to me. Finally, we got Regidrago. Regidrago has a phenomenal matchup this week, as with the exception of Terra Fairy Sliggoo, there is not a single Pokemon that can reliably switch it into it. I'm also leveraging its natural base 200 HP and running Assault Vest this week, which allows me to take on Skullvillain and his other special attackers really well. It's guaranteed to live almost every single hit and do a lot of damage back. So I decided to run a mix set with Draco Meteor, Earthquake, Fire Fang, and Dragon Pulse, with the investment to ensure that I always two-shot any Clodsire variant no matter what, with Fire Fang to catch Magnet Rise Klefki under the sun. Unfortunately, the quiet nature does mean that the key will outspeed me, but I'm not particularly worried about that. So that is my team for this week. Will the Bullet Punch Club win or prevail? That is something for us to find out, and without further ado, let's move on to the match, shall we? Okay guys, we are back right now, ready for our match against our boy Drewby, and yeah, I see that there is no fairy typing whatsoever, which is very, very interesting, and there's also a Sliggoo, which is something that I definitely wasn't expecting as he brought into this match, but okay, so basically, I feel like Mobius is a very good lead against him personally because he doesn't have any Draco Meteor switch-ins unless he chooses to, you know, terrestrialize with the Sliggoo, and if I were a betting man, I wouldn't say that he would want to lead off with it. Cinderace is the biggest problem, but yeah, otherwise I think we should be fine. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, after 2 freaking years, it is time for the Bullet Punch Club to shine. Alright, what do you want to lead off with? Wumbo. Okay, he leads off with a Clodsire. This is honestly amazing because Mobius is about to show him what's up, courtesy of a Draco Meteor that he has a 0 switches for. Alright, first match of our season, boys. It is freaking time. So I'm not really sure exactly what kind of Pokemon he would want to switch into personally, because I feel like, you know, if he lets this Clodsire take a hit, things are immediately not gonna be good for him because, yeah, my Sneasler, aka Nia, the Queen of Agnes, is going to go absolutely ham. Let's do it. Alternatively, he could go out into Slitherwing if he has a lot of Spidef investment. Okay, sweet. He chooses to stay in with his Wombo, which is bloody amazing because this is going to essentially put him in range of Nia, just straight up having a lot of fun with this dude. Let's freaking go, boys. Let's freaking go. Okay, so now let's slow down for a little bit. Now that we are at -2, like I'm just seeing if there's any potent reason to not click anything else other than Draco Meteor. And honestly, guys, yeah, Draco Meteor is pretty free. Okay, it stays in. Wait, is he gonna let me have his Clodsire? Yeah, he does! He lets me have his Clodsire! Okay, this is honestly amazing because now Nia is going to have one hell of a time against our boy. Let's freaking go, guys. Let's freaking go. Alright, this is pretty amazing. The fact that he let me have his Clodsire is so huge because now literally close combat is ridiculously free against him, and at the same time, you know, my Sneasler even has acrobatics, so I am definitely gonna be doing a hell of a lot of damage against him, and this is honestly amazing, guys. Holy freaking shite. So I'm not sure what kind of Pokemon he could potentially go out into. I guess Slitherwing is an option, same with his Walking Wake, but yeah, I feel like Walking Wake could potentially be his best switch in as of this moment in time. So let me prepare the calcs just in case. Vaporeon, Aquarius, which is his Sliggoo. Okay, so he decides to go out into Sliggoo. Fair play. I don't really want to see what this thing wants to do, so I'm just gonna pretty much go straight out into Metal Face because honestly speaking, like I did my prior research to Sliggoo because this actually is one of Drew's Terra captains, and he could actually be Terra Fairy. He could be like I'm not expecting Terra Ice. I think he definitely wants an immunity to Regidrago, so I would not be surprised if he chooses to Terrastalize here now. Okay, cool. So he does actually opt to Terrastalize here, which is pretty amazing because if he becomes Terra Fairy, then Metal Face just absolutely goes ham on this dude. Like straight up. And as of this moment in time, he hasn't given me any specific reason. Oh, okay. So it wants to go for a curse. Okay. Fair play. So just because of that, I need to see what, this thing can do in case this thing gets out of hand. Does this get body press by chance? Okay, it doesn't get body press, which is sick. I do not want this thing to get out of hand, so I'm just gonna pretty much start spamming Iron Head. The way I see things, like, if he lets me... Okay, so it chooses to switch out. Fair play. He goes out to gold. What is the gold? Oh, okay, it's a Slitherwing. Alright, so oh, I'm so sorry, bro. So I actually get half, HP on this thing, like, get half HP off on this thing, which is very fortunate for me, unfortunate for my opponent. So, yeah, sorry about that, Drew. I'm assuming that's a very defensive variant. But yeah, I feel like at this point in time, there's nothing stopping me from going hard out into my my Enamorous, aka Genbu, which, in case anybody doesn't know, is the Turtle Titan from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Yeah, just a very huge fan of this series right now. Seriously, do yourself a favor and play Peak Trilogy. Alright, so Metal Face is gonna get out, and I'm not exactly sure what he could want to go for. Like, I feel like this offers me a good situation because, okay, he goes straight for a Wild Charge. Okay. That does a pretty decent chunk of damage, but I feel like this is still, like, not the end of the world per se, because if he lets this thing, go, he actually, like, Iron Treads just goes straight up ham on him, and let me see how much attack that did. Okay, so it's definitely not max attack, I think, because if it was max attack, then it would have done actually far more damage to me, and I'm like at 209 HP, which I believe equates to 60%. Okay, so it chooses to switch out. Fair play. Not exactly sure what Pokemon he wants to take the hit from. Okay, so it goes out into Historical, which is completely fair play. Very much fair play, because don't I just set up on this dude? Alternatively, okay, so he reveals the leftovers, which meaning that his son actually is not gonna have all the turns in the world, which is pretty sick. So I can actually potentially combine on this thing and try to go for broke. I mean, if I had leftovers, then I actually could just, like straight up go for game here and now. But with me being at 236, yeah, actually, you know what? This thing exists pretty much to pretty much start going for broke. So if he allows me to, like get as much chaos, like get as much damage on this thing as possible, that would honestly be pretty sick. If he has Yawn, then that means I have to get out. But instead, my opponent chooses to go straight for Stealth Rocks, which is fine, because I feel like I can actually just set up on this thing. Can I not? Because Lava Plume does. I mean, unless, if this thing doesn't have any investment, then Lava Plume does way too little for me to actually care. So, yeah. Okay, so it chooses to switch out. I'm not sure which Pokemon he wants to go out into, so he goes straight out to his the Sliggoo, which is a pretty nice nickname if I do say so myself. Yes. Okay, so this Sliggoo is at revealed card, so I assume it has a lot of the def investment. Something. Okay, so Earth Power actually does a lot of damage to this thing, and I feel like I want to go for that, guys. And actually, I'll start off with a Draining Kiss and then follow up with an Earth Power, because then that actually ensures that I get a very good amount of HP. Okay, that did that. Okay. All right, what does he want to do? Oh, that's a pretty interesting tech. I like it. I like it. But as you can see, this is actually not doing much damage to me. Alright, so I feel like it would be very greedy of me to want to go for a game straight here and now. And with me being at -1, he does actually end up outspeeding me. So I feel like I should definitely get out of here right now. For sure, for sure. So it reveals Iron Head and Curse. What other move could he potentially go for, I wonder? Okay, so it goes for an Iron Head. Yep, this is pretty fine. I feel like right now I can just Rapid Spin here, personally. Rapid Spin and open things up for my, whatchamacallit. Yeah, with Rapid Spin, I can actually open things up a lot for my Vaporeon and Regidrago, like, pretty much ensuring that I don't end up taking in hits whatsoever. But yeah, this Sliggoo could be a potential issue. That is for certain. Who does he want to go out into though? Okay, so he goes out into the goat. Okay. Okay, goat. Let's see what you got. Okay. So I'm not sure what if this Iron Head actually kills from here. Let's see. This thing definitely like looks to be very defensive though. It does. Okay. So if it's like max, then I mean it does look to be about around the health to die, honestly. But should I risk that is the question. You know what? I will. Because this is Metal Face we're talking about, okay? This is fucking Metal Face. That's right. Down goes the Slither Wing, and this opens up so much for us, guys. Holy shyster. Yeah, so with his Slither Wing Gong as well as his Clodsire, like what exactly wants to take a hit? Nothing really. I don't feel like he has any Pokemon that would like to, like, you know, get a hit off on me, if you get what I mean. Okay, sweet. So, in the face of this, I actually do very much see him trying to go for an attack here. So, what exactly, you know, if I cannot go out in my Mobius because then that would just pretty much invite in his Ligoo, which I do not want him to set up on. Like, I don't want him to set up on me. But I feel like I can just go out into my Rex here and then set up a substitute by chance. Alternatively, I could just go out into my Genbu and then just click Art Power, honestly. Yeah. I mean, there's no reason for me to like eat an Art Power unnecessarily, because I feel like, you know, in this position that I'm in, that like, okay, sweet. So he goes for a Lava Plume, fair enough. That actually does a lot of damage, huh? Okay. So this, I'm basically not gonna count my chickens before they hatch, but I really expected him to go for an Earth Power there, honestly. Okay, so I actually get a very decent chunk of damage on this thing, which is pretty sick. And now what basically is happening is that with him allowing his Torkoal to take a lot of damage like that, which, honestly, wait, let's see how much, what investment it is. Look at me, finally being able to have some freaking time for once. Like, playing on Sword and Shield was an absolute pain in the ass. Okay, so this looks actually Spadef as all hell. Because if it had 0 investment, it would have done way over half. Alright. This is pretty sick. So the question is whether Metal Face kills with Earthquake. Yeah, it actually kills, I think. Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna go out in my Metal Face because nothing really wants to take an Earthquake to the dome. And this, you know, offers me a great amount of offensive momentum against them. So yeah, I'm just gonna click EQ here now. I think I'd have to get the lowest possible roll. But if my calculations are right, I do think that Earthquake should be able to take this thing down. Because like, this is max attack. Jolly Nature, but still max attack, you know, Metal Face. So the ultimate, the main takeaway from this situation is that because his, if he lets his Torkoal go down, literally like, Nia, aka the Sneasler can come in and just pretty much take him down from here. So, like take down his entire team. So I definitely don't consider myself to be in a bad position per se. And plus with, you know, Poison Touch, I can actually get a crit, like, get a poison on this thing with Dire Claw, so yeah. Okay, so he chooses to switch out. Not really sure which Pokemon he would like to go out into. He goes out into Squint, which... Okay, so it's a Walking Wake. Okay, this is pretty sick because now this actually puts him in range of Dragon Claw. And he raises his speed, so my Vaporeon can actually like switch in well to this thing. Alright, perfect. So this is really good damage because now this just pretty much guarantees that he is going to die to... Oh, no, not this. Okay, so Harsh Sunlight, 2 turns. Perfect. So 2 turns, meaning that, you know, Melia can just pretty much come in and do whatever it wants. Obviously, things are going fine right now, but I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch. I definitely think that I do have the upper hand, though, but it's up to me to keep it up and you know, pull things through. But yeah, we're in a pretty good position, guys, because literally with this one Earthquake, I'm pretty much setting myself up for an endgame with, Sneasler just pretty much going apeshit on this thing. Because whatever I can't kill, I can U-turn on. and whatever, and put in range for a Dire Claw or a close combat. So yeah. Not sure exactly what move we could go for, but I'm gonna go out in my Melia because it's the safest swap for me. Goes for a Flamethrower. Okay. And that does alright chunk, I guess. But this is a pretty decent situation for me in the sense that I think I can just throw up a Wish in the air and not even have to think twice about this thing, because whatever he chooses to go out into, I'm going to get a sub up on him. Uh-oh. Who are you, my friend? Okay. So he wants to go out into a Sliggoo, which is honestly like fine by me, because with me throwing up a Wish in the air, I can literally get my Iron Treads back to full health again. And you know, you just saw me like just eat that Flamethrower like it's nobody's business. In fact, you know what? I'm almost near full health again. You love to see it, boys. Boys and girls, people of all kinds. But yes, wait, what did he go on into? Uh-oh, okay, fair enough. So yeah, I'm just gonna pretty much go hard out in my Metal Face and get myself back up to full health, honestly. I almost went out into Cerulege, so yeah, that would have been a pretty catastrophic if that came to pass. But yeah, I do think that Metal Face can take this thing down. The drop in speed would be pretty actually, no. Even if he's gooey, he's the one that's losing his speed. So it ultimately doesn't matter. And you know, Metal Face is back to full health again. Hell yeah. Alright, so the sun is gone, from what I assume. So now I can just pretty much start spamming Iron Head. I don't know, like, this Sliggoo doesn't even have any move unless he's chilling water, which would like make no sense if he because since he's a physical variant. But yeah, I do think that okay, cool, he stays in. Okay, that's a pretty good amount of damage. Like everything that's happening right now is essentially I got a flinch on him. Sorry, bro. I'm really sorry about that. Okay. Honestly, I think I want to set up my rocks on him. Because what can this do? What can this thing even do to me? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna set up my rocks. So this may be a bad play in the sense that he can. Okay, so it goes for an Ice Spinner. How much is that gonna do? Okay. At least you tried. At least you tried. Oh man, I feel so bad. Oh, damn. That's a good amount of damage. He does get another gooey on me, though. But I snag another flinch. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so freaking sorry, man. Oh, keep forgetting the proper terms. So my Metal Face is at -1 speed. And I would rather... if I let this thing go to -3, and does Torkoal outspeed me, is the question. Oh, no, it doesn't even outspeed me. But I do feel like there's nothing stopping me from just getting a rapid spin kill. Like, he has no reason to, you know, let this thing stay alive any longer. So, I'm gonna cancel out the -3 speed and make it -2, which I believe is going to ensure that I still outspeed the Torkoal of his. But even if it was -3, I think I would have still outsped it, which is pretty crazy. Torkoal's a pretty slow Pokemon. But yeah, with Iron Treads being able to get a lot of damage on this thing, I feel like right now we're pretty much close to an endgame, guys. Because with Stealth Rocks up and everything, it's just a matter of time before Sneasler just ends the game here and now, which is honestly freaking amazing. So let me run a calc. Esteban. Who is this Esteban, sir? Okay. It took Stealth Rock damage. Alright. This is working out so well. And I really hope it doesn't, you know, end up biting me in the ass, me just saying that right now. But I do think that Cerulege actually takes it on really well. I, in fact, even EV'd it to be able to, you know, take some hits from Torkoal as well, like specifically the Art Power. So even if it is the Shadow Ball set, which one of my boys, Hi-Man, brought against me in my mocks, I don't think that Shadow Ball is going to be doing any damage. So yeah, out comes Rex. Everybody knows that the real hero shows up in the final act. And it turns out that Esteban is not a hero because he will just U-turn out and exit from the scene. Oh, he's Life Orb. Okay. So he reveals to be Life Orb, which is very, very interesting, all things considered. Okay. He goes out into Stonka, and honestly, yeah, I feel like I can just set up a sub on this thing. Yeah. What exactly is stopping me from just setting up a sub on this dude and just pretty much potentially ending this game with Rex? You tell me. Because now, with this position that I'm in, regardless of what move he opts to go for, okay, he goes for an Earth Power. Fair play. But unfortunately for my opponent, this is going to be where things are gonna turn around and not in a good way for him personally. Because now what I can do is just click my ace in the hole. Like this thing. Alright, sweet. And now with his Art Power disabled, I can actually just pretty much get a very free substitute off on this thing. Alternatively, I could just pretty much start spamming Dragon Claw on this dude, and keep health on my keep health on my Cerulege. But I do feel like deck status. So he has three more turns of Sun left. Though I feel like substitute is a play here personally. Because chances are he could actually go out into his Walking Wake. I'm just trying to ensure that I don't open things up for his for Sneasler, like open things up for his yeah, that bunny thing to mess with me. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna set up a sub. Okay, cool. He switches out. So this is a pretty amazing situation because if he goes out into his Walking Wake, okay, no, he goes out into his Esteban, and he's gonna take Stealth Rock damage, which is pretty amazing. Because right now, what is going to happen? Yeah, he doesn't exactly break my substitute with anything. So here's what's gonna happen. The only move that he could so because Esteban lost that other dark move, Assurance, yeah, in Generation 8, he can't actually go for that move here and now. So unless he has Shadow Ball, which he could honestly, yeah, he could actually have Shadow Ball. I could get cheeky and just pretty much nab my kill here now. So he revealed his U-turn. He's definitely gonna have Pyro Ball. I think he needs High Jump Kick or Trailblaze for the Vaporeon. But Sucker Punch, I feel like, is it a good bring against me? Let me look at my team. Sorry guys, I'm just filling in, so this is pretty... Oh shit. You know what? Fuck it. I should not have killed that. Okay, cool. He goes for a U-turn. Alright. Okay, it's a good situation. But I feel like I should have just Dragon Clawed. Yeah, I should have just Dragon Clawed, honestly. He goes out into Squin. The walk is... Oh, okay, perfect. This is a perfect situation. Yeah, I can just pretty much just kill this thing off with the Dragon Claw. The substitute is unfortunately gonna fail, meaning that I'm gonna lose my, I'm definitely gonna lose this thing right here and now. Like, lose my substitute. But that should be fine, because it is time to reveal my secondary ace in the hole. Does Hydro Seed go from substitute? Okay, no, it doesn't. Pretty sick. Okay, perfect. Yeah. And now I can just pretty much go for a Dragon Claw, and it is time for Quinn to go back to the prehistoric age. Alright. This is pretty sick. Alright, perfect. This match is going so well, guys. Okay, out comes the Torkoal. You'll love to see it. And honestly, I don't know why my voice just cracked there. But if he wants to... Should I preserve that? Oh no, I can't even get a 6-0 because I lost my Enamours. Whoopsie daisy. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna go out in my Sneasler because I definitely do not wish to throw. So I guess I could just sub up again. Alternatively, I could just what's stopping me from just going out in my Melia? and then just spamming surf. Nothing actually. Yeah. So I definitely need as much differential as possible because unfortunately Kelly is kind of made like Kelly left this team at a 1-2 record. So in that sense, I definitely do think that this is a play for me to engage in. Yeah, that Earth Power is gonna do absolutely nothing. And even though the sun is up, it's still a surf. So I mean, yeah, you tell me. And with how much damage the what's that Pokemon called? With how much damage the Cinderace took, I definitely think that I can take this thing down here and now. Yes. Alright. The victory is very close, guys. And unless... Okay, you know what? I'm not going to manifest it into existence. Okay, cool. Surf just pretty much knocks him out. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And now I feel like... I definitely do not wish to get swept by Trailblaze. Yeah, like... If he has Trailblaze, he's gonna reveal it now and try to get a reverse sweep, but it's not gonna ultimately matter. So on the basis of that, because I'm like mainly special invested, I'm gonna go hard to Rex here. And we should hopefully be set for a very dominant victory, my friends. Alright. This is honestly the best possible way for me to get back to draft format. I miss doing this so much. He's gonna miss his high jump kick because I'm a ghost type. And just like that, Rex is going to take the victory home for us. And the Bullet Punch Club has now taken this 1-2 record with a 2-2 record. Let's freaking go, guys. What a freaking comeback. Man. After so many years, to think that we can come back like this in the best way possible. I couldn't ask for a better comeback, guys. But yeah, GG to my opponent, Drew. Like, to anybody that doesn't know this, Drew and I have had a like personal history together where we knew each other since 2014 when I first played Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire again in an ORAS Wi-Fi battle against him, and since then we've always kept in touch somewhat, and he's always been my well-wisher. So if you haven't checked out his channel, please do so. Please do so because it shall most certainly be linked in the description down below. But yeah. With that being said, I'm really surprised that we came through big time for this one, but if that's how things are gonna be, things are only going to get better for the Bullet Punch Club. Alright, perfect. But yeah, with that being said, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you all were looking forward to this as much as I have because it's been far too long, and it is time for the Bullet Punch Club to finally leave a mark and take this whole draft format to much bigger heights. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching, guys. My name is Gunner, and I shall see you all very next week. Whoosh!